Peace, 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 peace. Peace. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people, the struggle. Salute. What's going on? Quickly. Because it's raining. There's a lot of background noise. And I have to make a move. Junebug salute. But I would like to let it be known that Book Club is officially back in effect. The format is going to be a little different. Instead of us, where we're in a space that we will be, as previously, that we were actually reading together as a group, collectively, assisting each other, right, along the way, allowing people's educational levels to keep up with the group, to keep up with the class and building with each other over a duration of time. We're going to pick it up a little bit and go in a space where with certain books, we can go chapter by chapter, come back and discuss the chapter, okay? Right? Or, yes, Rick, salute, salute. Hey, Tasha, salute. Or hey, Carol, salute, salute. GB, right? We're going to figure out different ways, and I'll go over it with most of my classroom assistants, and we'll go over it and pick it and fine tune it, things like that, until we have a solid format for it, which will allow everyone to be engaged. Jason Reels, much appreciated. Much appreciated for ending your live. I see you. I see you. Continue to do your thing, and you will continuously be supported. All right? Let me know. Keep giving me notifications on when you're going live and things of that nature. And yo, we here. We're going to rebuild everything together. Okay? But we're going to have a specific format to how we start flowing with Book Club. Right? Others who have sat in the previous class or went back to the replays of Book Club, all you gotta do is do the YouTube search, my name in Book Club, or just search through the videos and you will see how we was doing it previously. Okay? Disrupt the reality was good. This format will be a little different because, as you can see, we're getting a lot of weird things going on in class, a lot of unreasonable comments. We're getting a little bit of disruptions during the live chat. So we're growing. We're going to have to go through those growing pains. We don't acknowledge that shit, though. We keep it moving. All right? So today, this book, powerful book. When I say powerful, a must read. A must read. So we all can help with what's going on right now with our youth. There has to be a way to reconnect. There has to be a way for us to educate them and allow them to educate us as to what they're going through, what their lens is when viewing some of these things, and causing them to make certain decisions. And most of those decisions end up in terrible consequences. So again, we are responsible to and for each other, right? The only way I'm able to continuously have this space is if I'm supported. And when I'm supported, that means I'm able to perform at my best. Support. You understand? So we have to find out a way how to be supportive of our youth in order to prevent them from blowing our heads off, blowing the elders' heads off, blowing each other off, and just wasting their potential to be greater. So today's book is a must read. A must read. It speaks on the tale of the New York State justice system as it had once been for juveniles, and the individual that changed it, that had the governor change the laws to charge juveniles as adults and give them harsher punishments. Bow! All God's children, all God's children. Y'all see it? By Fox Butterfield. This book is a book about Willie Bosky. Salute, salute, Drea. Much appreciated for the green screen. All God's Children, a must read by Willie Bosky, a young juvenile, multiple felony offender by the time he was 15 years old. Okay? But the book isn't only about Willie. The book goes through the history of the Bosky name and how it has been tied to the European bloodline and the acts of violence within that bloodline throughout history. Because not only was Willie, who's now still imprisoned, been in prison since the 80s, right? And most of the time in a solitary confinement in a special cell made of plexiglass away from all other inmates and staff because he caught multiple cases while incarcerated. It details the family history of violence, the psychological effects of violence on each generation of the family. It speaks on Willie, it speaks on his father who served time for murder. It goes into grandfather, great-grands, all the way through until it gets to little Willie, who was actually only supposed to do somewhere around 5 years for murder on the New York City subway and an attempted murder on another individual. It goes into how the governor, Hugh Carey, was so taken back by this juvenile offender that he rushed the legislation to make sure that him and others like him would never see the light of day. And Willie caught several what we call jail cases, which prevented him from coming home. He actually stabbed a pregnant female correction officer in the neck with a pen during the legal visit. So it is a must read. It takes us through Willie's childhood, his delinquency, back and forth, right, into, what we call, kiddie jails, his father's history, his father's multiple years in felony convictions, violent acts, we have to understand the mind frame of children who aren't nurtured in order to get a glimpse of their perspective so we can begin to address it. So we take these books from the past, look at the tools that we have in the present, mix them, and come up with strategies so then we can put an end to this bullshit that we got going on. Okay? Let me read a quick paragraph from it so you can get an understanding of how we're going to move through book club. By the age of 15, Willie claimed he had committed 2,000 crimes, including 200 armed robberies and 25 stabbings. Even allowing for youthful braggadocio, the figure was impressive. In the spring of his 15th season, Willie shot and killed 2 men on a subway in Manhattan. The murders should not have happened. Willie was supposed to have been under the supervision of the Division for Youth, New York's juvenile justice agency. Afterward, Willie laughed about the killings. "I shot people, that's all," he said. "I don't feel nothing." He was sentenced to the maximum the law allowed. 5 years in a state training school. The murders made Willie a celebrity. Mayor Ed Koch branded him a mad dog killer. More important, the shootings made Willie a precursor of the terrifying surge of children who kill in the waning hours of the 20th century. In New York, revulsion over Willie's acts and the brevity of his sentence frightened the legislature into swiftly passing a new law that enabled the state to try juveniles as young as 13 for murder as if they were adults. It came to be known as the Willie Bosket Law. It was the first such statute in the country. Soon as the epidemic of children with guns spread, other states copied the New York model. Okay? So this is where we at with it. This is where we at with it. And we're going to do that rather frequently. Now, other books, because some of them are way more technical when it comes to theory, they're on a little higher level of awareness. We may take the time to go through it together and allow the questions and the answers to come in as we did in previous book class, right? Book club classes, rather. So we let you know that this is the introduction, that we're getting ready to start getting real busy again when it comes to book club. But as always, your participation, your support is definitely needed if we're going to keep this space. Okay? It is definitely needed. We cannot come through and take the time, this allotted time, right? Because you always see me checking the clock and things when it's this early during the day because I have sessions that I have to complete. I have to move. I have to run around. Or I have to get out in the community. So again, your participation and support is of the essence. It cannot be done as it has been done in the past. Just, it's impossible. Okay? So that is the book for the week. If you can order it online, order it online. If you can get it downloaded to your device, get it downloaded and begin reading. Any questions on it, DM me. And then when we do book club, we'll start to speak on it from the beginning. Let's see. Let's get from. Okay, let's see. Because it's a magnificent story. Takes it all the way back to slavery, all the way up to the 80s. Okay, so let's do the preface in the first 2 chapters. All right, let's do the preface, the first 2 chapters up to page 35, and we'll have a discussion on it at that time. All right, so as always, much love and respect and power to the people of the struggle. I appreciate you for coming through and spending time with me. Right? Let's educate. Let's remain militant. Guard your mind. I will see you later on today when we have class. All right? Peace and power. Be safe. Be wise. And be black.